Welcome to Huntington, West Virginia and Jones C. Edwards Stadium, home to the thundering herd of Marshall and one of the toughest places to play in all of college football. Today, a showdown of a couple of foes from the Sun Belt. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Georgia State Panthers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Marshall Thundering Herd. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Marshall will kick off to get the festivities started. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Georgia State's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those.
Oh, he's got some space. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
Man, and this defense is reeling already. First play of the game, and you give up an explosive play in the passing game just like that. They better collect themselves and buckle up and get ready to go.
Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab on the left. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Offense picking up steam. First and... the 31. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And the Panthers, now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Might be calling a hot route. Trying to get the corner. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
Well, this is a running back that gets stronger as the game goes on, and they try to get him going early on the toss play race.
And if we start stretching the defense sideways, sometimes a little vulnerable in the middle later in the game.
Yeah, that might open an opportunity for a play action. Maybe fake the toss and see if you can get a tight end or a slot receiver down the middle of the field.
It's complete to the left. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? And that is a punch right in the gut to make a play like that and have a penalty wipe it out. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incomplete.
Going for it all. And it's batted away, and the 4th down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football. So Marshall's offense will go to work for the first time. And guys, we talk about how tight ends are a quarterback's best friend. Boy, this guy may take friendship to a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's so nice to have a guy that the size, the athletic ability, and here's why it's always so good. Jesse, what do you want to do, man? Put a linebacker on him, put a safety on him. Nowadays, these guys can win, and it just really makes offense so much easier to run, and it goes pretty smoothly.
Yeah, you're right. This guy is a matchup nightmare. And it seems like every week defensive coordinators go in and they don't respect his athleticism, and it ends up burning them. They're going to find out the hard way today. If they try to play him and match him up with linebackers and safeties, this dude makes defenses look silly.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
It'll fall incomplete. A little creativity on 1st down, but it doesn't work. It'll be 2nd down.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
The Thundering Herd trying to dial one up to convert on third down. The run from the shotgun. Turning it on. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Herd! An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Gets it out quickly. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia State. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was good. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Bringing it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
To the air on first down. Quarterback extends the play. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Marshall comes to the line way behind the sticks here on 2nd and long. Trying play action. Here's a heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And sometimes you got to know when to give it up, right? As a quarterback, you feel it. You can't hold it that second too long when bad things can really happen. You could tell the clock went off, and he was throwing that puppy away.
These corners going to give these receivers some space. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? Marshall will be forced to punt. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. He unleashes a long one. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Panthers! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
To the ground to try to move the chains. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. Marshall will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He gets a block. Touchdown, Georgia State. Stealing a score on special teams. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make them miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Wants to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Webb. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. We reached the break. Georgia State has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got him in the flat. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Marshall comes to the line facing 3rd and long. They go to the ground. He didn't quite make it to the sticks, and it'll bring up a 4th down from the 42.
Coming up, 4th down.
This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Looking down the middle. Finds the big tight end. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the grab down the middle. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Thundering Herd to the line facing a 2nd and short. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Thundering Herd picked up a fresh set of downs by keeping it on the ground. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
So now it's 2nd and long. From the gun, the running back has it.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The Thundering Herd was stuck with some tough field position, but now a chance to get a drive going. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Loss on 1st down increased the degree of difficulty. 2nd and goal from the 8. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
Dead center perfect. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, we've got a final score for a notable game today in the American. Buffalo may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take a dub away from UB Stadium every time. The Bulls have been racking up road wins since the Bob Deming days, and they'll get another one today.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right.
Never a dull moment when it comes to the American. Back to you guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Going for it all. He's got it for a big play. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The offense changing the play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Right on the money. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Georgia State ready to go with another 1st and 10. This time they'll go to the running game. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. Before then, they can get another score. They'll try to get it in with the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, a TFL. Now you got a big 2nd down. Here probably expecting the offense to throw it with a little bit more room to work with.
They're working that left side. Touchdown, Panthers. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Got a man, it's Avery. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29. To the air on 1st down. It's on target and complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the...
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Marshall will be forced to punt. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it. So, Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Second down, he'll throw it. Working that left side now. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular, and I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He fires to the left side. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Behind the chains now on second and long. Looking downfield, and time is running short. He's not afraid to go deep. Touchdown, Georgia State! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Marshall, 10.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. These corners backing off a bit. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there today in Huntington. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Marshall takes over the ball. The thundering herd offense coming out. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. Makes the catch. It's Avery. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And the QB sneak has been around for 4,000 years. Obviously some exaggeration, but so hard to stop. Quarterback gets it, starts to burrow behind that offensive line, and now you got the push behind with these guys. It's almost impossible to stop.
From the gun, running back gets to give. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Marshall comes to the line way behind the sticks here on 2nd and long. Leaves it with the back. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Quick strike complete. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long.
They fake it, looking for a man. Lets it go to the end zone. And the pass falls incomplete on the fake field goal, and I'm not sure they'll go back to that one again. Boy, you look smart when it works out, but when it goes awry, you are left to second-guess yourself. From the gun, the ground game. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground.
There he goes. He'll get a fresh set it down, stopped at the 31-yard line. Then they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll leave it with him. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down. Marshall trying to make this red zone trip pay off. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown! Thundering Herd! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Marshall, 17.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. Give to the running back. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice his safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Running to Green. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound, no matter who gets the football. We're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. It's complete to the right. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The Panthers have it with a 1st and 10.
And with that pass right there, dude, he goes over 350 on the day. Nice performance. This QB's been dialed in.
That's the end of the quarter. Georgia State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Now facing a 3rd and long. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And they're not on the same page there.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, Dick.
Lets it fly. Catch inside the 25. Got a lot of room to the right. Touchdown, Marshall! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. And these guys come out feeling some game pressure. Things have tightened up, and they punted it last time they had it. Gets it out fast. At the 45 on his way. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the 4th quarter. They've got the lead. Wise
throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They have got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Finds his man. It's Avery. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. 1st down from the 43. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I think at this point of the game now in the 2nd half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run play action. Caught behind the line. It's Gibbs. That'll be a gain of about 7. Leaves him with 3rd and 3. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Gives it on the option. Breaks into the open. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. Marshall quick to the line. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Wants to go up top. Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. The Thundering Herd needing a ton of ground to get it to that first down marker. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
It's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something.
He's got it. First down and more. Touchdown, Herd! And they take it in for 6 more points. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock.
Oh, he's got some space. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Georgia State. That one ought to give them firm control with this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. And now, with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Snagged in the middle. It's Gibbs. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the...
Snags it down the right side. There he goes. Touchdown, Thundering Herd. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, if he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Let's go. They'll give it to him again. He has the first and still on his feet. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with this offense, man. 4th quarter, they've been money. Great job putting drives together. Nice play there as well, but this offense has saved their best for the last part of this football game when they needed it the most.
Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. And some room to work. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. The officials stopped the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. And the Panthers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Got it, looking for a first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
When you got a weapon this good at tight end, a quarterback, you've got to look his way, especially in this area of the field. Because remember, it's the red zone where these windows are so small. Nice job getting the completion and picking up the first.
Give to the back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. Touchdown, Panthers. Great job by the back on the option. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
Yeah, I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going right to work up top. Under fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Find space on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Double time, hustling to the line to stop the clock. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Paul. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Marshall quick to the line. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That's reeled in. It's Avery. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And they got to the line expeditiously, spiked it and stopped the clock. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. He lets it fly. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the 4th quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Quarterback may change this route. They'll run the toss. Running into the open space. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. stats. On 3rd and short, the power run here. Turning it on. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offenses have just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses, and man, we saw that here today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.